Well, good afternoon. Cruising is fun anytime. How are you? I hope things are going well for you. What have you been up to? Looks like you guys have been busy, busy, busy. Thought I'd just come outside for a while and sit because we have a gigantic hail, they say, and tornadoes coming and all of that stuff, which, maybe that'll come, maybe it won't come. We never know. All is well. Meme is here. Hello, everybody. Meme. Good to see ya. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, we're waiting on bad weather, is what they're saying. Yeah, we had some really major hail yesterday, which is really kind of unique. It held about an inch worth or so in my part of the country yesterday, so we had about this much hail on the ground. And a lot of lightning and thunder and heavy rains yesterday. We had some local flooding. Meme says hello to everybody. Everybody says hello to Meme. Cruising, our good friend Meme is from Germany, if you don't know them. And today we've had a little bit of rain, but I know down in Texas and parts of Oklahoma, they've been getting hammered pretty heavily. So they're saying, even my wife's work told her, hey, if you guys want to work from home, you can. And I'm like, well, your work is only about 5 minutes from the house. So if your work gets hit by a tornado or hail or whatever, high winds, well, then we're going to be getting hit from it because we can literally see your place to work way over there. So you know what I mean? So she went ahead and went into work, and I told her that way. If they want to send you home later, they can send you home. But thank you all for the thumbs up, both of you being here. So that's all we're doing. It's just kind of hanging out, waiting and waiting and waiting for the weather. Yeah, we'll be careful. It's, to be honest, there's not a lot anybody can do about it, right? So nobody can do anything about the weather, about the tornadoes, about the hail. We can't do anything about it. Hot down in Galveston? Yes. I know I saw that you guys just got done with the Jeep weekend or the Jeep rally or whatever you guys call that in down in Galveston. So the Jeep meetup. So yeah, but it's been really nice here. It's still only been in the mid 80s, which we really like. I know Galveston can get pretty warm and humid. So you guys have been doing cruises lately, right? So, but thank you all for coming in. Whoever's in the background, don't be shy. Feel free to come forward, ask questions, or give an answer. Give us a thumbs up. If you're new to us, subscribe to our channel and subscribe to everybody else. If you want to promote a video or channel, if you're blue, you can just go ahead and do that. Or if you're new to us, just let us know what's going on. So, yeah. We were down in Alabama a few weeks ago enjoying some fishing and house hunting. And it was beautiful weather there, but I know the whole entire Gulf region will start getting heated up pretty soon. But yeah, we right now we don't have any plans to travel. Well, we are going to Texas to the Dallas region in June for a day or so, but we don't have any big travel events planned at this moment. So, we're still, or at least I am, I'm still suffering from the loss of my dog and not feeling the most chipper in the world. So, plus, we're kind of like in this, I tell people, I have an analogy that right now we are currently stuck in traffic. And what I mean by that, all of you wonderful people listening, is if you're ever stuck in traffic, sometimes you look and you go, well, I can't go forward, I can't go backwards, I can't go left, I can't go right, so I can't go anywhere, so I'm stuck in traffic. And other times, when traffic frees up, you're still stuck in traffic because you don't know whether you should go forward, backwards, left, or right. That's the environment we're in. Philip is from Australia. Hello to you from Australia. We got a lot of good followers down in Australia. So thank you for coming in here. So it should be late for you. Late for you. So you're up in the middle of the night. So how are things down in the land down under? But yeah, we have some quite a few, about 20 or 25 regular followers out of Australia. So that's nice to have you in. So we appreciate all the love we get from Australia and all the other countries like Germany, memes from Germany. We get a lot of folks from the Philippines, of course, as you know, and the country called Texas. The flies are acting up, so I'm going to burn a. Trying to get a. I'm trying to light a citronella candle, see, but it got rained on. And my wick, yeah, may not work. My condolences lost at the doggy. I only noticed it marginally. Well, thank you. I appreciate the condolences. We do. Thank you for that meme. We appreciate that. You know, it's just a hard thing for us, for me particularly. Yeah, Jeep weekend was 300 people were arrested. I think that was down from last year, though, right? And I thought I saw in the news that they didn't have any sexual violence, no murders, or no stabbings. So the police are considering it a great success. And then I saw somewhere else where a lot of other people said, gee, it kind of sucked. It was boring and not as fun. So you're going to be cruising in the ninth? Yeah, we we got some friends and my wife have a birthday all around the exact same time, and so she was asking me today or yesterday, whenever it was, what she was going to do for her birthday, and I said, well, I thought you and your other friends that have birthdays around the same time wanted to go on a trip for your birthday next year. And so I told her, I said, I think you need to focus on that. And if you guys want to go to a cruise, then maybe we'll take another cruise because we don't get to cruise as nowhere near as much as we would like. If we had it our way, I would cruise every other month, but we don't have it that way. Oh, thank you for the dog. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Maybe say, yep, I can completely understand. Yes, it would be sad when your kitty cat dies. She's no longer young, just 13. Well, part of the problem is, and not to get too, sappy or whatever, but our dog was only 8.5, Daisy, and she was my dog. But she had a heart condition, so we know that she's better off, right? We get that. But I'm not better off because when I came out of my coma those years ago, that little puppy was what kept me alive. Otherwise, I could honestly tell you, for the good or the bad, or no matter what you think about mental health issues, if that dog would not have been in my world, then I would not be alive today. I can promise you that. So, you know, so it's we have another dog, and that's kind of Lorelei's dog. So I don't know. It's just a different thing when you come out of such of a traumatic experience as going through surviving a coma, and with all the terror that I went through for months after the coma, for years after the coma. The dog was the only thing that actually kept me from not being alive, to be honest. So Cruisin said, "Hi, yes, yes." So yeah, you got to just enjoy, and look, obviously as humans, we all know that we're going to outlive our pets, more than likely. We just know that. The old saying about pets are, you know, we only get them for a part of our life, but they get us for all of theirs. And I try to take solace in that, and I try to stop and recognize that our dog, my dog, um, If she would have went to a different home, then maybe she would have had a lot worse life. Maybe she would have died many years earlier because of her heart condition. Did she get to travel the world? Yes. Did she get to be loved? Yes. Did she get to do anything she? Yeah. The dog was spoiled rotten, and I'm okay with that. I appreciate, you know. So she could have had a much worse 8.5 years in her life. And if we want to go with that whole philosophy, everything, there's a reason for everything. We don't know when something or somebody comes into our lives and what they may or may not mean and or what effect we may or may not have even on them. So trying to just you know, Darrell TV's in that. Oh, my candle burned out, dang it. So Darrell TV, how are you? Good to see you. Hope I'm saying that right. I'm having trouble reading today. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hi, guys, he says. I'm doing pretty good. We're waiting on tornadoes and hailstorms. One report says we're supposed to get golf ball size hail. Well, that's a golf ball's about that big. Golf, softball size hail. So, doing good. Just sitting here waiting for the storms to come in. Thought I would entertain you guys with with up to date weather alerts in our part of the world. But other than that, it's I'm doing all right. I mean, I guess I should bitch and complain. I'm not a happy camper, I can tell you that. But I could bitch and complain about a lot of things. But I know a lot of people have a lot worse than me, so I guess I shouldn't be. Let's see those doves. Our birds are stocking up on the bird feed before the storm comes in. We're in the United States. Yeah, we'll keep safe. I don't stress over storms. I'm just not a big. I don't panic, I guess. I've never been that way. I have a philosophy that it is what it is. It happens, it happened. What am I going to do about it? I can't do anything about anything anyway, right? So, I mean, look, when the hail starts and I got to run inside so I don't get pelted in the head with it, well, maybe I'll do that. But until that happens, hell, I can't do anything. It is. I can't do anything about my dog dying. I can't do anything about, being poor. I can't do anything about not living the life that I want. I can't do anything about the birds wanting to eat all of my bird seed. So, it is just kind of what it is. So I just don't get too worried about things, to be honest. I really just don't. I don't care. A lot of things are sad, absolutely. A lot of things are good, absolutely. But, you know. So, and where are you from, Darrell TV? Where are you from? Oh, poor old man. Who's poor old man? You? Are you a poor old man? I didn't think you were very old, but me, if you want to consider yourself poor, I guess that's okay, or old, or both. I guess I'm both, so we can be in the same poor old man club. Those birds over there stealing all of my bird food. From the Philippines. All right, so you're living in the Philippines. Great. Which part of the Philippines are you in? And I'm assuming you probably have a YouTube channel. My wife is from Cebu. We lived in Cebu, Mandawi, for a year, but we're back in the United States currently. So she's off at work. I made her go to work. Oh, you're over in Manila. Ugh. Wow. How do you like Manila? What do you do there? Anything you want to share? You have a YouTube channel. What is your channel about? Do you fish? Do what do you do? Yeah, Cebu's okay. I mean, I think it depends on your perspective, to be honest. I'm only 38, half time. Yeah, see, I know. I know. 38's pushing that age barrier, and soon you're 40, and then once you hit 40, your life is over. You know that, right? Everything's downhill from there. Yeah, I don't mind Cebu, to be honest. We have land there, but I think it's all about your perspective. What a lot of expats don't realize is the Philippines is a little bit of a shock. Okay, here, let me turn you blue. If you want to drop your link, you can. All right. You should become blue here soon. If you want to drop your channel, you can. I know that's why you're going to give it all the next 2 years. That's right, man. You got to get living in before you hit 40, because once you hit 40, you're done and over with. Trust me. I've hit 40 and my life went downhill, let me tell you. So I'm with you. Yeah, anytime. We're happy to help each other grow and learn and stuff. But as you know, Philippines can be an interesting place for a lot of different reasons. A lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of ugly. And, I think smart people will go out there and ask a lot of questions, visit a lot of channels like ours, and say, what's your experience? Instead of just believing one person over the other person. Well, it's nice to meet you. Nice meeting you too. So, but you know, I think it depends on if you like the Philippines or not. If you know what you're looking for. Yeah, lechon, sure. Now I'll tell you this much. I actually make really good Filipino food myself. I'm a pretty good Filipino food cook. I make pork belly lechon here in America for all the parties and events we have, which I'm sure you're familiar with. But yes, we've had real Cebu lechon because that's where they say the best lechon is. The real lechon, which is a roasted pork, if anybody doesn't know, is from Cebu. So yes, we've had it many of times. Now I will tell you this, and I actually got some videos on my YouTube channel of us having, lechon. But I'll tell you this, I'm not a big fan, but I don't like grease. And so I know my wife and her friends and our friends in the Philippines, when we get those, they can't wait to get cracking on that skin. They want to taste that skin like a potato chip. Yeah, really not my thing. I don't like the oil that's on it. I don't like that. I do enjoy some of the pork meat inside the pig, but I don't really like the crunchy skin. I do like it when they stuff it with seafood and other things, and that's really good flavor. But just to eat the skin like all the Filipinos do, nah, not really my thing. So when I make it here, I make pork palilachong, and I become quite an expert at it. We'll have it for parties and events. And I've also figured out, since the Filipinos, around here at least, they don't really care about the pork meat like the whole pig, that I actually just buy pig skin at the local Asian store. And I'll just make them a whole bunch of pork lechon style pig skin without any meat. So I've got a technique for that now. Works really well. I can make it in an air fryer. It's not like pork rinds or chicharrones. I don't turn that into it. I keep it looking like the pig skin on a pork lechon. So I keep it looking like that. I know how to do that. I stretch. All right. Hopefully I'm back. Anytime anybody calls in on the phone gets just, blog boogered up. So yeah. Meme chicken skin. Chicken skin's really good. The first time I ever had, I can't remember what they call them in the Philippines, But I had chicken skin, just chicken skin, and I've worked on making those here in America too. I make the chicken skin, stretch it out, dry it out. I put some Parmesan cheese and some garlic and some onion, maybe a little ranch seasoning, a little bit of flavor to it, and you deep fry those. Man, those are really, really good. So chicken skins are really, really, really good. But I don't really care for the pig skin. It's just too greasy for me. But yeah, so we do that here. But I've mastered a way to make pork belly lechon skin without using, any meat. That way, what I can do is provide a whole lot more skin because we'll cook up ribs and chicken and shrimp and all kinds of other food, and people will bring over pancit and everything else under the sun, right? So we cook a lot of meats. I don't need to cook 10 or 12 pounds of pork belly lechon, but they all like that skin so much that I just go ahead and make a couple of extra portions, large portions of pig skin, stretched out pig skin, and then they all get to have a little bit of pig skin, and that seems to make them happy, I guess. So, but yeah, but I like it. So I like the chicken skin, not the pig skin, but I like the pig meat. And we will be having events. We got our new outdoor kitchen a little bit in better shape. So got a little bit more room out here, and I know whether I like it or not, the wife will be inviting people over for food over the next very soon. So Missy's channel is in the house. Everybody say hello to Missy. Missy's saying hello to everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up, the shout out, all of that good stuff. So if you guys don't know each other, make sure you say hello and go and subscribe to each other's channel. Very important that you guys help each other out grow. So, but yeah, but I'm sure Missy knows exactly what pork lechon is and where the best place to buy it in the Philippines is or to get it. So, yeah, we've eaten a lot of it in the Philippines. I'm just not a big meat eater, just not. And I don't like the skin. Skin. So, but look, the women folk like it. So if that's what they want, that they can have it. Watching a big bird land. So I do like lumpia very well. I like making lumpia. I like eating lumpia. I love egg rolls, all of that stuff. So spring rolls even. My birds are fighting with each other. Pork fillet with peppered cream sauce. Okay, I'm getting that part. White wine makes sense with pork. You can recommend? Yes, 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 yes. Mame says you're a self-made spring roll. That's it. That's it. I like spring rolls, egg rolls, lumpia, whatever you want to call them. I think there's a secret to it, and I think there's good ones and bad ones. And I think the secret is in the temperature of the oil. You need these things to fry up quickly, not sit there for a long time and fry. You want them to fry quickly. So you got to watch your temperature there. Now I like pork fillet and cream sauces and things, and if you threw some mashed potatoes and carrots with that, maybe I'd be good at that. So yeah, it is the temperature, right? Because you got to because you got to remember you're already putting cooked pork in it, and you're putting vegetables. So or chicken, you're already putting cooked meat in it usually. But if your temperature's too low, then it just gets to be a big soggy, oil infested thing, and it's gross. I don't like those. Yep, ingredients are already cooked, right? So you need to just get the temperature right, dip it, fry it, and get it out of there. And that's all about your temperature. And you got to have good oil. I don't want to use cooking oil because I don't want my pork lumpia to taste like fish. You know what I mean? I think that's part of it. And And we got a big device here. I need an outdoor, what I would really like someday, but since we're poor, we can't have it. Someday I'd really like to have one of those deep fryers that you see like at McDonald's where they make French fries in, but a tabletop model for the house. Because then you could fry your lumpia and or bigger pieces. Because the other thing a lot of the Asian women like, if you didn't know, is they like to fry a whole fish. And yes, I got a big wok that I currently use, but still, it'd be a lot easier if I had a deep fryer basket like French fries. You got to have a rectangle one, not a round one, that you could just dump that in there and stick it in the oil and boom. Meme says put a little cornstarch or similar in the mass to bind it up. Yeah, all right. Yeah, to get the used part out of it, you mean? Cooper 68's in the house. Hey, greets from Germany. Did I ever eat balut? No, I'm smarter than that. And thanks for coming in, Cooper. Meme is from Germany too. So, but no, what look, I'm not opposed to eating weird foods, and I've eaten just about everything that seemed reasonable to eat. But I never understood, why would you eat a balut? Why would you eat a duck egg that's been fermented in the ground? Why? I don't. What's the purpose in it? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Eating alligator, well, okay, alligator's good. You make steaks out of it. Snake, crab meat, crab patties. I mean, I just never saw any logic in eating a duck egg. I just never did. I don't know. Well, look, Cooper, here's what I'll tell you. I don't think anybody likes balut. I've never met anybody, American, Australian, Filipino, German, anywhere, that says, I like to eat balut. What they like to do, because it's a novelty, is to eat it when they're drinking so they can all brag and talk about, oh yeah, I drank a bunch of Red Horse and I ate balut. Yeah, if you got, and I like Red Horse beer. You didn't know that's what it was. I like Red Horse, but if I got to drink a bunch of Red Horse to eat a piece of food, if I got to be really drunk to eat something, then I don't want to have to eat that. You know what I mean? I know that's, maybe I'm too logical minded. I don't know, but hey, you got to get really drunk. It's kind of like going home with an ugly girl, right? I got to be really drunk to go home with an ugly girl? Well, then why would I go home with an ugly girl? I like the Red Horse too. The big bottles, yeah, I like the Red Horse. Now, I personally like the smaller bottles. The 500 milliliters. I like the smaller ones better because I don't like my beer to get cold. I mean warm. I like it to be cold, and so I'd rather have one and then have another one. But about 2 Red Horses, and I'm pretty much done. I need to order some more Red Horse. I got a friend out in California who can ship them to me from California. So maybe I'll send him some money here soon and have him ship me some Red Horse back to my house here where I live. Because you can't buy Red Horse beer anywhere around us. But I actually prefer Guinness. So the beer that I drink, which I'm not a big drinker, we're just not. I like Guinness. I like Heineken as my light beer. The clear beer, not Heineken light, but I see Heineken as a light beer, and I like Heineken. But I like Guinness, and I like Red Horse. So those are my 3 main beers. No, I don't think I have. Donner beer? No, is it beer? I'm assuming, right? No, I haven't. Let me Google it while I'm sitting here. You like? Oh, well, what's your favorite German beer? What's the best German beer? You guys, you Germans, tell me what your best. Oh, it's not beer, it's a dish. Oh, all right. Well, here. Let me back up the O. Is it like a kebab? Oh, Beck's. Is Donner lamb meat? I've had this before. I've had the lamb kebab stuff. I've had all of that, and that's really good. Yes, I've had all of that. Yeah, yes, I've had that. I just didn't, yes. See, I hate to offend you poor folks, but I think Beck's is kind of like a pussy beer. Oh, just, okay. It's, yeah. Um, Let me, homemade rotisserie doner kebab meat. It can be made of beef or lamb, it says. But yeah, I've actually been to a couple restaurants that have served this, or at least this is what I think it is. Yeah, maybe what we would call a microbrewery. Yeah, we call those microbreweries, like local brewery store or brewery houses. And a lot of those do have good beers. Um, a little pricey. You know, people get really excited about their micro beers. I'm from Minaheim in Germany, a beautiful city. Oh, nice. We're in Arkansas, the United States, which is a pretty state, but it's not Florida, you know, by any means. It's in the middle of the country, surrounded by woods, trees, and people. Time warp, time warp. Isn't jelly? Ugh. Yeah, that's what we call those, the microbreweries. Is you don't find them in the stores. You got to go to that brewery, and now maybe they might get lucky and get it on the shelf at one or two local restaurants, but usually you got to go to the brewery. Most America knows Hildenberg near Mannheim. Okay, Mannheim. Nice. Well, my ancestors are from Germany, and I know nothing about Germany. So I do like their cuckoo clocks, and I wish I had one. I like their watches. You know, I like, I don't, I'm not a big fan of sauerkraut. But yeah, my grandparents, I actually, my heritage is German. So, Time Warp is a rave in Mannheim. Oh, it's a place to go party and drink and have a good time. My Views Your World is in the house. Hello to you. How are you, my friend? Where are you at and what are you doing? What's going on with you? Everybody say hello to My Views Your World, please. Thank you for the thumbs up as you came in. I'm sitting here waiting for the tornado. I'm waiting on the hailstorms. The hail's supposed to be between the size of a golf ball and a softball. So maybe I'll go and stand out in the middle of the softball size hail and see if I can get my head cracked open and maybe make myself feel better. I don't know. It'd be good entertainment, wouldn't it? So, see, there's a little bit of thunder. Thunder, down under. So, so yeah, we definitely have a lot of German blood in us. Never been to Germany. I can relate, you know, to the German culture somewhat, to be honest. Doing good. I'm just in Spokane, Washington right now. Ah, you fly to Japan tomorrow. So how long are you going to go into Japan? What's the itinerary? Miss Avocado in the house? Everybody say hello to each other. Miss Avocado, Meme, My View Your World, DC. You guys all say hello to Miss Avocado if you would please. She says, I'm waiting for the storms true. They said a level 3, but nothing yet here. Just some winds and clouds. Yeah, we're the same way. You know, we're in Arkansas, so I'm going to be in Japan for a week. Nice. Try. No, thank you. I don't want to eat raw animals. I don't mind raw fish, but I'm not going to eat raw beef like tartar or pork. I'm not going to do that. I just don't want to do that. Just not into that. I got a few drops of rain coming. Hello, y'all, from Miss Avocado. Meme said hello. Hiya. So let me pull up my radar and see what's going on. Because I do feel like I'm getting a drop or two of rain, or maybe it's just because I have no hair. I don't know. Obviously, my weather station's not accurate. It says it feels like 23 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is a bunch of hogwash. But I've eaten steak tartare before, and it's just not something I like. And yeah, it looks like we got all these really bad storms still coming our way, maybe in the next 30 minutes. So they're still saying a lot of lightning, thunderstorms, hail, lightning, all that good stuff. So, but I like to eat most food. I like to try a lot of different foods. Um, oh, is it a German culture? It's like German sushi. Okay. What? Let me ask this about the dish, your German sushi. But it's pork, right? So is the pork been processed at all? I mean, in America, pork is kind of dirty. You definitely want to cook it because you don't know what you're going to be ingesting. You don't know what parasites or I don't know. You know what I mean? Now, we 100% know you never eat freshwater fish raw. You always eat saltwater fish raw. It's the only one that you can eat. So, do they do anything special to the pork? Is it like a special pork, like veal? Is how a veal is raised or something that allows it not to rip you a new one from the health environmental side of things? You know, I would have to be worried about that. Or do you guys grow up eating it so you're kind of immune to it? You know, I mean, because you couldn't get me to eat raw pork or beef in America at all. You know, except for hot dogs. I guess that's some kind of weird byproduct. You know that nobody knows what that is. But I would have to think it would have to be like challah pork, but you can't have challah pork, right? You can't have, you know, I think that's one thing you can't have, right? Through the challah process, through the religious process, is sanctified pork because it's, I don't know. So I'm gonna Google that and see if I can understand a little bit better. But no, I haven't had that. I haven't had it. And to be honest, I don't want it. We are starting to get some rain now. It's starting to rain, light rain coming down. You've eaten it all your life, so you've never had any issues with it. Well, you know, maybe American stomachs are sensitive because we don't even like going and drinking water out of the tap out of our own district. So it's like, if I go to Florida, I'm not drinking the tap water in Florida. If I go to New York, I'm not drinking the tap water in New York. So, Soul's in the house. Hello, Soul. Hello, everybody, including the myth, the legend, the host. It's amazing YouTube channel, Dave. Thank you for that. Thank you for the thumbs up. We're waiting on the storms, is what we're doing. We're supposed to be getting tornadic. Here's what it looks like outside right now. Rainy and cloudy. Thank you for coming in, Soul in, and thumbs up. The Wi-Fi and some in the American Notes. Yes, of course, man. But you're going to go to Japan. I wish I could go to Japan. If I had the money and could go, that's where I'd like to go to Japan. So I don't want to hear you bitching and complaining because you get to go to Japan tomorrow. We've been very strict requirements on the production of meat, okay? Everything is kept clean. And yeah, see, we have a lot of, but we just don't trust our meat packing industry. Americans don't trust anything about America. That's one thing you guys all have to know. We as Americans, we all know that we're being lied to, scammed, and hustled. So we don't believe any damn thing. Stay safe down there? Yeah, hopefully. We're just waiting on the storms. You had a state track meet yesterday. How did you do? So, Soul Linder, how did you do? Everybody say hello to Soul for me if you wouldn't. He had a state track meet yesterday. Well, and then where do you go after Japan? Are you going to the Philippines and coming back? What are you doing? And how are you so rich that you get to travel the world like this? I can barely travel to the bathroom, Come on, how do you get to travel everywhere? Inquiring minds wants to know how all of you world travelers pull it off. I mean, look, Meme gets to travel in Germany. Isn't that amazing? He's going to laugh at that one in a second. He's going to go, what? Then he's going to go, oh, I get it. So, but yeah. So hopefully your track meet went well. We're glad it went well. We hope it went well. So, but yeah, as I was saying earlier to one of the cruising channels on here, my wife's birthday has next year. She has a birthday next year. And some friends have the same birthdays, I don't know, within whatever, a birthday cluster. So she's wanting to plan a trip. And so they're going to, when they get back from the Philippines, they're going to be working on planning a trip to go somewhere next year for their birthdays. Congratulations, Soul. It says I took first in both of my events. Excellent. Excellent. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've ever taken first in any sporting event in my life. I took first place in some beer drinking contest, some bare knuckle contest, tough man contest. I took them in arm wrestling, weightlifting. Oh, I guess I did. I took first place in weightlifting. But anything else, I don't think I ever took first place. So congratulations. You had the long jump and the 400-meter dash. Nice. One, I couldn't run 400 meters. And when I was your age, I wouldn't have ran 400 meters. When the coaches said, hey, you need to have, didn't work. So I play football. I don't run, But congratulations. That's good news. I'm sure your girlfriend will be very proud of you. I'm very happy for you that you did so well. And including your family, too. So, yeah, I don't think I ever claimed, weightlifting was something I was really good at. I played baseball, football. I sucked at basketball, so I didn't play. I sucked at track because I wouldn't run. So, there you go. I did come in the first category of a bike race, a charity bike ride I was in. They put us in categories, and I was in first place in my category. But that was a long time ago. My time was 1 minute and 13 seconds in the 400. Or are you saying that it took you 1 minute and 13 seconds to jump, the long jump? I know what you mean. That's pretty good. So that means you should be able to do 800 meters in twice that time. See? And then you could do 1600, right? See where I'm going? And soon you'll never need a car or a motorcycle again. You just get used to running everywhere and you just back up how much time you need to get to wherever you need to go. See? Man, I'm saving you millions upon millions upon millions of thousands of quadrillions of dollars by teaching you just run everywhere and save the money. See? There you go. And if the girlfriend wants to tag along, you just throw her on your back and now it cuts your time in half. So you just doubled the allotted amount of time to get to Walmart. And there you go. You saved all that money. But it's good, soul. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. Ooh, there's a cardinal on the fence. The birds are out. That's a cardinal. If you guys don't know what that is, that's a bird native to North America. And did you guys know? If you don't know, I'll just tell you a little secret. In the world of birds, the pretty birds, the colorful ones, are the males. So when it comes to birds, it's the men that are the outstanding, hot, sexy ones, not the women. Just telling you. Yep, I'll be on vacation. Yeah, you're going to Pittsburgh, if I remember right. You're going to the big state of Pittsburgh. Memes asking, do you know the movie Beer? I do. I've seen it. It's funny. It's a funny movie. I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a number of years, but I've seen it. And yes. Were you in that movie, by the way, Meme? Were you in there? Were you one of the stars? Because I know you're a celebrity. Yeah, I really need a vacation, but I'm not going to get one anytime soon. I'm too stressed in life. But if you can go on vacation, I encourage you to do it while you can. It's always the man, but the human world is not all to it. I know, man. I know. Yep, you're going to be visiting friends and family, if I remember you telling me, right? Well, don't drink any of that nasty Rolling Rock, Pennsylvania beer. That stuff's sucky. Aunt and uncles, yep, you're going to have a good time. So, how long are you going for? A couple of weeks when school gets out? Is that what the deal is? No, you don't know. No, I don't. Well, I thought maybe you were in there, in that movie. So, I used to drink a lot of beer, but now that I'm old, I don't do anything because I'm old. Old people's lives suck. So, here's my encouragement to you all. If you're getting old, quit it. Don't do it. It's all downhill. Meme is almost 40. He's getting ready to go, so don't. You okay, Lily? Lily didn't like the noise I made. There's the female cardinal. She's the ugly one. My views are, well, he agrees with me. He's like, yeah, you're right, man. Getting old sucks. Don't believe what anybody says to you. Retirement sucks, old age sucks, all sucks. So get as much in while you can. I'll be heading back to an half-day trip and back. Okay, why did I think you were going to Pennsylvania? Maybe I got Pennsylvania on the brain for some damn reason. Minnesota, I've been to Minnesota. I thought it sucked. It was cold, miserable. I've been there. The land of 1,000 lakes, the Lake Minnetonka, something like that. I didn't have a great time, It was a long drive. So I guess it's okay. I wouldn't want to live there. I definitely wouldn't want to live there in the winter. If the summer was cold, then I can't imagine how bad the winter would be. So, yeah. Uh, but I've been to Minnesota once or twice. Just can't think of any. I mean, my wife would like to go see the Mall of America, but I don't want her to see the Mall of America. I didn't even want her to know that damn place exists. So, you know, well, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed. It doesn't look like we're going to get any real storms. Well, my view says retirement sucks if you don't plan for it. I didn't plan for retirement until 2 years before retirement. Right. The only what I and my problem is this, to be honest. I mean, if you were healthy when you retired, right, in good health, like I have a lot of friends that are in good health, then retirement can be very rewarding and a lot of fun. But if you have a lot of health issues, then retirement just sucks. Well, good. So you haven't seen them in a while, but now you're going to go to see them. What are they going to cook for you? Is there a food that auntie and uncle is cooking up for you, or is somewhere you're going to go eat? I know there has to be a food celebration in that. Well, I'll tell you this, my views. I actually planned for retirement for 20 years before I even retired. I did. I had retirement figured out. Um, I did financially. And then a couple things happened. One, I got married, and my wife derailed my retirement plans. And two, I got ill, unhealthy, and that that screwed up my retirement plan. So my retirement plans, I am nowhere near where I want to be in retirement. But I had it all figured out and the money to do it. But when I got married, my wife, oh, I don't want to do that because somebody said that. And I'm like, fuck. And now that so now I live a life that I really don't enjoy. So, well, financially we did it the right way, but what good did it do me? And that's kind of my point. Is here I am living a retirement life that I don't want. I would go back to work tomorrow in a heartbeat if I could, because this is not the life that I want. If I could be living the life that I had planned while I was still working before I met my wife, then yes. But as of today, no. That's right. Life changes and we don't plan for it and we can't plan for the changes. And sure, and sure, I do believe there's always a rhyme and a reason for everything, but it's starting to dawn on me, especially after my dog died, that I might be getting the short end of the stick. My retirement is definitely not working out for me. It's not working for me. So it says, not for sure they live out in the country, ooh, and mostly want to help out my aunt due to a few months back. She had a stroke. And I felt like it was the right time. Oh, absolutely. Look, when you go to their house, and I appreciate that you're doing that. You go to their house and being young and physical, you get in there and you do as much work, as much physical labor as you possibly can. Spend some quality time with them, but you work really hard to get up anything that they need gotten up for the next year or so. Home repairs, yard work, firewood, anything that you can do to help them out, you do that. Well, you should. And if you got the time and if they need the help, you should stay longer. So I'm a big believer in that. The young people need to come to assistance when they can and take advantage of that because I think it's very good of you. So definitely you want to do that. You definitely want to do that. I did that when I was younger. I always tried to help out people where I could, how I could. And the key is not to ask for them, or sorry, not to wait for them to ask, but to look around and to try to figure out what needs to be done. Because a lot of older people, like myself, we don't like asking for help. No matter how bad things suck, we're not going to ask for help. So if you can get there and do a once over and start writing things down and making notes of things that you can do while you're there, that would help them out long term. I'm sure they will greatly appreciate that. So, my view says I can walk a red street. Yeah, walking street in the Philippines. Well, yeah, except for there's a couple problems. One, my knees and ankles are so bad. Walking long distances don't work so well. My views. So, two, now that I am married, my wife would kill me if I walked up and down Walking Street with you, and then she would kill you. So, a couple little hiccups there about that. But no, everybody who's getting to do what they want to do in life should be tickled to death. They should be greatly appreciative of what they get to do and what they've gotten to do. The weird thing for me is I have no. I mean, I can't. I'm stuck in traffic. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. So I can't change my stars, so to speak. I can't make anything happen. I'm stuck in traffic. So the question is, how long am I going to be stuck in traffic? If I'm stuck in traffic for the rest of my life, then I wish the rest of my life would hurry up and get here. So, because if you don't have something that, a purpose, a reason, a joy, a happiness in your life, then life isn't life. Life is just existing. And existing is like fishing without catching the fish. It sucks. No matter how many people tell you, like me, I love to fish. I'll go fishing anytime. I will. But if I'm out there fishing for 3 fucking hours and there's no fishing and it's hot and sunny, my happy ass is tired. I want to go home. So when we get you there, you got to go to, yeah, I'd have to go into witness protection. Living in the Philippines was quite stressful for me. I'm sure it's stressful for Lorelai because she says because of me. Because, and this is what I was explaining earlier to some of the folks, the Philippines is great, but it depends on your perspective and where you come from, right? And what you're expecting. We've been there on vacations many of times, and we expected to buy a house or build a house. Well, I expected that we were going to buy a nice house. Well, my wife decided, no, we want to build a house in the city. And I'm like, well, the city sucks. It's dirty. It's smelly. Well, we can't go up the coastline and build one on the beach, but why not? Well, it's too, I'm just like, oh my God, Well, I think creating something, and I do believe that you're correct, you got to feel like you have a purpose or have accomplished something every day. And I don't think everybody has to have a purpose. I think you got to have something that brings you a tiny bit of enjoyment. Something that wakes you up and go, yeah, I'll get up and I'll go do this. For me, it's sitting in like Florida or Alabama going fishing a lot. But I'm not there. I mean, well, where we live is not a great part of the culture for me because it's freshwater only fishing and not good fishing at that. I prefer saltwater and a lot of fishing. But I'm stuck here. Apparently there's nothing I can do, not a damn thing I can do about it. So we had and my dog died, which really bums me out. And so now that the dog, the reason that I was still alive to this point is gone, it's kind of like, and now I'm stuck in traffic. Well, shit. So, but we'll figure it out one way or the other. The sad thing is we don't have much control over anything. It's like I'm sitting here waiting for the typhoon or the hurricane or the tornadoes or the hailstorms. Well, come on. Come on, bring it on. What else am I going to do? My wife was going to work and she's like, well, where's the emergency lighting? Where's the emergency fan? And I'm like, I don't really give a crap about any of that. Shit's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. The power will be back on when the power comes back on. We got food, we got water, it is what it is. Hurricane or typhoon or tornado comes and rips the house apart, well, it rips the damn house apart. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing you can do about any of it. You know? But and meme, I'll go back to your question. Sorry, my view says, that makes sense why you're settled in America. Yes. Yes. The Philippines just didn't work out for us the way it was supposed to. I thought we were on the same page and we were not. And we made a lot of mistakes. And I couldn't be locked in a cage. I hated sitting inside of a concrete wall all day long, not being told, well, you can't go out in public because you may get robbed. You can't go to over there at night because you may get robbed. Well, I'm like, well, then why in the hell are we here? Why am I here if I can't go fishing over here because the water's polluted. Can't go and fishing over there, the water's polluted. There's like so many things I was told in the Philippines. You can't, no, 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 no. I'm like, well, shit, I can be told no in America. And then, but the big deal for me, to be honest, was after the Typhoon Odette hit, was the way we were treated. Her family, when Typhoon Odette hit, wiped us out. A couple days later, when the roads got clear enough, and we had no power, no water, no anything, well, the roads got clear enough that they could drive scooters through. They came over our house. I thought, oh, hey, this is nice. These people are coming to check on us because they know that we've only been in the Philippines a month, and now we've been wiped out by Typhoon Odette. No, they didn't come to ask about us. They came to get me to give them money because they had damage on their apartment they rented. So for me, that started the whole, this is not okay. Here I've given you people thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars over the years. Typhoon Odette wipes us out. I think you're coming over to check on us because that's what I would do in America. If meme or my views or anybody moved to my state and tornadoes came through, the first thing I would do is call them up, say, hey, do you need anything? Can I come over and help you? I know you're new here. You're not familiar with everything. Meme, can I, you need some food? What do you need? Do you need help with anything? Because that's what a normal person does, right? I think. No. The only reason they came over was to get money, and I gave them none. Because it pissed me off to no end. So here we are, in the same boat as they are, but just because I'm supposedly a white rich American, I should just give them my disaster money. And it just pissed me off. And everything just started to keep going downhill from there. So, but there are some good things. There's a lot of good things in the Philippines. But it's just like, and then when we don't have water, no electricity for days on ends, and I got all of this money in an American bank, and I got to go get water to flush a toilet. I'm like, yeah. My view says, I watch a guy here get some solar lights and bring them indoors for power. Yeah, we do that. I got solar lights here. We do that. Yeah, we got the same thing. Some of them actually have really long cords so that you can run the solar panel up high. I got one on the side of the house. That's why you get like a 20-foot cord on it for the solar panel. Cheap and easy, right? We got solar fans, solar lights. We got all that crap. And then we couldn't decide where to build. I didn't want to build a house. I wanted to buy a house. I didn't want to live in another rental property being locked in a prison yard for another damn year while we waited for a house to be built, and I knew we'd get ripped off because every time we looked at land, we were being hustled, we were being lied to, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I lost, and I'll tell you guys, I lost $125,000 in that trip. So no question, my net value dropped over $125,000 by moving to the Philippines and back. So I lost a lot of money. I do like the Philippines. I enjoy the people there. And we have land there, and we may or may not build something there. I don't know. We may build rental properties. We don't know. More than likely, it'll just sit there until I die. Then my wife can figure out what she wants to do with it. Whether she wants to build her own house on it and live there, or if she wants to just sell it. I don't care what she does. I mean, I just don't care anymore. It's just like, why stress over it? Why stress over it? If she's not stressed over her future, then why should I? So, I'm like, okay, whatever. But there's a lot of good things about the Philippines. I'm not trying to pick on the Philippines. But, I don't know how many people ask us for money in the Philippines. It just drove my ass crazy. Because the concept of going, yes, hey, I know you, foreigner guy. I know you probably worked hard in your own country where you came from, and you made a lot of money, so could you give me your money? That's why I jokingly ask, and I tell people on my YouTube channel, hey, can somebody give me $5 million? Hey, Mr. Beast, or Donald Trump, or Elon Musk, or any of these other people with bukus of money, I know you guys work very, very, very hard for your money, but since you have so much of it, why don't you just give me $5 million so I can buy a beach house? I'm hoping the people in the Philippines that have asked me for money stop and think about that. Oh my God, he's asking for $5 million to buy a house? American dollars, not pesos. Hope they start to understand how stupid it sounds for me to ask somebody who's worked their life to get their money just to give me money. Yes, my views are, I hate the beggars. Well, I hate the beggars. The beggars don't bother me. Like the ones that you see on the street, I get it. What I don't like is the manipulators. Well, they're going to go talk to my wife. And this auntie of this uncle, of this cousin, of this, of that. Oh my gosh, we're so bad off. What did you do before I even existed? I don't get money from anybody. Nobody gives me money. Nobody. There's not a soul on this planet that I can call up and say, I wrecked my motor scooter the other day, and I really need, $100. One, I wouldn't do that because that is so asinine and wrong. I wrecked the scooter, so you should give me $100. I wouldn't do that, and I don't do that. So how dare you ask me? I love the Philippines people. Downstairs to me is the poverty. Buildings aren't maintained and foreigner tax with trikes. Yes. I love that sound. Henry's in the house teeing in. Sounds like they're going to rain good there. Yeah, T and N. Maybe. We're waiting on tornadoes and hell the size of golf balls and softballs, and I'm waiting. Maybe I'll get lucky and get hit on the head with a golf ball size or softball size piece of hell, and maybe knock some shit out of me or some shit. He did. He changed his name. The fun stuff. Yes, yes. He changed his name again. He's always doing that. He's trying to see if we are up to snuff. I think Henry's going to the Philippines in October, I think is when he's going. So I just have a real problem with that. And to be honest, there's just a lot I didn't appreciate living in the Philippines. It's like everybody around me was giddy, but me. It's everybody's excited because, oh my God, if we can go over to their house, they got a lot of money. Oh my God, I want to be friends with this wife because they got a lot of money. They have a lot of money. Me, not you, me. Good luck with the lady. Yes, my views says good luck with the lady. Dude looks like a lady. Yeah, Henry's going over. Yeah, my friend was playing around on here and changed it on me. I like the HTN better. I gotta admit, I like the other one better. Because, TNN sounds like abbreviation for a news channel. TTNN or something. You know, technically Tits Network or something. I don't know, Tits Network. I don't know. It just sounds kind of there. Well, we are starting to get a little bit of rain, so that's good. But, and then what you have to ask people, I really mean this. What would you do if this person, I got somebody the other day in America, these are all Americans. Change it back when you can? Yeah, all right, good. We liked it the other way. We thought it was a good moniker for you. So, but it's just crazy, just crazy. So yeah, so I'm stuck in traffic. I'm gonna write a song, country song. I'm stuck in traffic. Bring it on, bitch. Bring it on. Yeah, that's world. Yes, bring it on, bitch. It's really weird. I got a story to tell you, a little story. I know some people, and this guy's a piece of shit, but he just wound up making $750,000 off of something that a really nice guy did, right? And so the nice guy made 300 grand. This guy made 750,000. And I can't get into details, and instead of being nice to the nice guy, saying thank you, buying him a hat, buying him dinner, for making him $750,000, he's done nothing but cause him living hell for 2 years. And they all got their checks the other day. So it's kind of like, man, how screwed up in this world can this be? Is you got an asshole who's going to walk away with $750,000 for doing literally nothing for 10 years. The good guy is going to walk away with his 300 grand, which is still great for 10 years. But yet his marriage is dissolved, fell apart through all of this because of the relationship with the bad guy, destroyed his marriage, shit all over them. But yet he gets to walk away with $750,000. So it's kind of like, why does it do what? And that's kind of part of my thought for everybody is maybe we need to be worse people. I think maybe if we quit being nice people, then maybe we'd have more things in the world. So maybe we should be more selfish and put ourselves before we put anybody else. Maybe that's the way that all humans should be. So therefore we can all attain our goals, whatever those goals may be. So maybe you can reap the rewards of bad behavior. Maybe the reaping the rewards of bad behavior, in this case, is greater than the rewards of the good behavior. I don't know. Just makes you think, makes me think, Somebody, and part of this was somebody was trying to tell me the other day, and I disagree with it, and I don't agree with it, that they think I'm a really good guy. Pat was telling me that, and I had to tell Pat I don't think I am a good guy, and proof is in the pudding. Or maybe the proof is in the pudding. I don't know. Pat, hello to everybody. Good evening. Pat, how are you? I know you guys had a lot of bad storms where you were the other day. We're having them now. I'm checking my radar just to see if anything's really coming our way. Yeah, we should get hammered in the next 15 minutes or so. But in this case, for everybody that's listening, and thank you all for the thumbs up, is being a good guy really didn't get him anywhere. It got him way less of a benefit than being an asshole. So is the lesson that we have to learn, no matter what you do, you can't think of others. I don't know. That's what the people in the Philippines do. They don't care what you had to go through to get your money as a expat. As long as they can get a piece of it, they don't care what you have to suffer through. I see it in America. I see it in the Philippines. You got everything cleaned up on the farm from all the damage? Good, 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 good. That's good to hear. Right now we're getting some rain, but we're going to get some bad weather as it rolls in the next few minutes. So it's kind of like, if you can live off of other people and take advantage of other people, then why shouldn't you do it? A lot of the houses got screwed up in the rural areas of Columbus, Indiana. Yes, I saw all of that. I saw that. I know Missouri had some damage. We had a bunch of hell yesterday while we were out shopping at Walmart and some flooding, and a lot of trees down. But now they're saying we're supposed to be getting hail and rain and lightning and thunder and tornadoes, and maybe I'll get struck by lightning and, we'll solve all of my problems. But, so, yeah, it can be very frustrating in the Philippines. Very, very disturbing and frustrating when you look at this. What would these people do, right? I don't know. What should we do? Does anybody have any thoughts what we should do? Should we all become bad people so that we can take advantage of situations and win big amounts of money that we don't deserve, or get big amounts of money that we don't deserve? Or manipulate people to do things for us so that we don't have to do them, just so that we can sit back and watch other people do the stuff that we want done, but we're not doing it? Should we just run a game on everybody? Show you the outdoors here. You can see it's raining. Should you have goals in life? Yeah, all the birds went and hid, so it's raining. Yep, just waiting on the tornadoes. We're supposed to be getting some more lightning here in a couple of minutes. So yeah, I don't know. So I wonder after this after some thought, does it do any good to be a good guy? Are you better off just being a jerkwad and taking advantage of everything you can? Should you be a hustler? Should you be people like some of the people in the Philippines and not care how much hard work had to go into something as long as you get what you want? Same thing in America. I have family members that are complete deadbeats, that all they give a crap about who they can hustle, what food they can get for free, what alcohol they can get for free. Bad saying hello to you, Henry. So, it's kind of like the wife had a couple parties to go to this weekend. I refused to go. I'm not in the mood for parties. Well, I don't know. My views, for me, I don't think it's about what you can personally live without. I think it's a little bit, for me, it's kind of like right and wrong. Just because I can live without X amount of dollars doesn't mean you deserve to have my X amount of dollars. Why can't you go get your own X amount of dollars? Then I don't have to give you what I can live without, because what I can live without today may be something I need tomorrow. And you're not going to care, not you in particular, but people in general aren't going to care that tomorrow they can't live, they can no longer live because they gave you that money. The Pro Fisher says, hello to everybody. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So, do I think, I still think, that it's wrong for all of this to happen. But it seems like the people that are doing the wrong are the one that benefits. And so Or maybe they're smarter than we are. That's one thing I've kind of figured out in the Philippines is, hell, all of these people begging, and they're in America hustling and begging for free crap, living a better life off of others, and they don't have to do anything for it but beg. No, I mean, if you can live without being a scammer. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, if you can live without being a scammer, I don't know. And I don't think I think they can, but it's easier not to. It's easier not to be a scammer. So it's harder to work and do the right thing. It's easy to be a scammer. Hello, the problem fisher. It means the pro fisher. Pat says hello to your pro fisher. Looks like Waveland is back on YouTube again. Some auditors. I saw that today. I saw that, Henry. I watched it again. Some idiot assaulted. One of them was an attorney, and the other one's just an auditor. The only good thing is some of the good stuff was good, but that guy that if he would have touched me, I would have killed him. I mean, you don't touch me. So people are getting really lucky that they're not getting pepper sprayed and beaten down. But yes, yeah, they're back in the news again. Yep, I saw it. I saw it on YouTube a few minutes. Yeah, I watched it. Professor says, Pat, my auto spell checker thingy does the exact same thing. Yeah, these typing phones, man. Speak to text and typing phones and getting your thumb. I got a real problem that when I turn you guys around like this and this, that I hit the mute button because my thumb's too big. So, yeah, that's something I don't understand. I just don't get it. Well, maybe. I think that's a nice way to say it. My views, your world. The good in some people will not let them become a bad person. Yeah. So, good people can't become bad people normally, right? I mean, there's always the bad day. So, but if you look around, it seems like the bad people are always winning, is what it seems like. So, and that's kind of what the the media tells us, the entertainment industry tells us, the straw that breaks the camel's back. Yeah, it's kind of like, even old P. Diddy, who's going to court now, I guess, You ask how many people, hey, to have all of his money and to got to do all the things that he did for all those years that was bad and corrupt, would he be worth it? Would it be worth it? And most people say, oh, yeah. Well, he's all over the internet now, and they did file criminal charges against him. So they are putting criminal charges against him. I don't know if it will stick or get thrown out, Henry, but what people don't understand is there's too many crazy people out there, Henry. One of these days, somebody's going to find that guy and just slap the living dog shit out of him. They're going to go, oh, we saw you putting your hands on somebody because they were video recording in public. Come here, let me have a talk with you. And somebody who's just off their rocker a tiny bit is going to grab him by the shirt of his collar and slap the shit out of him. You have to realize that consequences can be great farther down the road than you ever know. Maybe he needs to get a home mortgage and somebody has seen that video, right, of him grabbing that guy. And they go, well, I don't think we want to do business with you. How many Karens and Darrens have we seen fired from their jobs for doing stupid crap on the internet? Lots, minis, minis. So, people are not born villains. I agree with that. They are created. I agree. I 100 million% agree with you. We choose to be bad. We choose to be good. We choose everything. Period. Young Miss Bai is in the house. Good morning to you all. Everybody say hello to Miss Bai, please. Henry says, hello, sweet darling. How are you this morning? May the morning sunrise find you fine in this beautiful morning sunrise. That's what Henry is saying. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But it gets frustrating. Check the weather here. Come on now. Looks like we're about 10 minutes away from an environmental ass whooping is what it's showing. So we'll see if it happens or not. Well, Filipina Bai, you know I'm telling the truth. So, your beautiful hair glistening off the sun, the morning sun, with the high humidity level glistening in the morning sun. So, but yeah, Henry, I saw that. It's just crazy, But I don't know. I don't know what people should do. I don't know what I should do. Like I said, I'm stuck in traffic. That's going to be my new motto apparently this year. I'm stuck in traffic. So, well, but Henry, you know why that is? Because they do get away with anything. I mean, like the guy I was telling you the other day, man, he ruined a guy's marriage, put him through hell for 3 years, and he walks away with $750,000. No skin off his nose. He made $750,000, but he ruined somebody else's life. So that's why they do it, because people can get away with it. They think they're justified. And that's my question, is most good people won't and can't rationalize that. Oh, yeah. For me to get my money, I got to torment and torture somebody and destroy their lives. But as long as I get my money, then what does it really matter? But this is how the world really is. The world really is this way. The good don't win, the bad win. And that's what you have to understand about the world. I don't believe the good wins. I think the bad wins. And I think there's so much evidence of that. How can you contradict that argument? The rainstorms there can be brutal? Yes. Oh, in the Philippines, you mean? Well, I enjoyed the rain in the Philippines. That was one of my favorite times to sit outside in my concrete jail. Because, we lived in a jail cell, in the Philippines. I'm just checking the weather. The Pro Fisher says, well, I got to go play with the doggy. But it was nice talking to you. Pro Fisher, appreciate you. Stay safe. Enjoy your dog while you got him. Enjoy your evening there. Hope you stay dry. Where we're at here in Arkansas? Yes. The big storms coming out of here come out of Oklahoma and Texas. And they get rolling and going. And then they hit that thermocline that comes down. John Baker, Pat's asking. Well, I see John on Facebook, but I haven't seen him on the live streams in a while. But I see him on my Facebook. He messages me. Hi, Henry. Oh, young Miss Bai finally acknowledges that you exist, Henry. It took her 12 minutes and 38 seconds to finally go, oh, did Henry say hi to me? Well, maybe I'll say hi back to Henry. So, well. But yeah, we get wicked storms here. They're usually up and gone. It's like yesterday, we were at Walmart, got stuck in Walmart, and we had flash flooding, trees down, and when we left Walmart, there was about an inch or more of hell on the ground. And we were in one of the Walmarts that's supposed to be more designed to be environmental friendly, that has skylights in it. and they turn off the lights when the light's bright, you know, they turn off the lights and the sun powers it. And we're in one of those, and these skylights are really big skylights. You're talking about 24 by 24 foot sections. And so when the hail was hitting those skylights, man, it sounds like the earth is coming to an end. I think she was just waking up. Yes. Filipino Babae says, she says, TN, Henry, young man, why did you bother your name? Why did you change your name? I don't like it this way. Are you trying to be flirty with other girls on other YouTube channels and you change your name so you can get, I know what she's thinking, Henry. I'm married to one. I know what young Miss Bai is thinking. She's like, oh, who are you flirting with, Henry? And you don't want them to know who you are. You know. So, friend was playing around and changed it on me for a joke. Yes. I know there's a way you can change it back. I just can't think of it at the moment. So she's laughing. Well, Miss Bai knows I'm right, though. She knows I'm 1,000% right. That's exactly what she was thinking. And, you know, whether she's going to admit it or not. You know, I mean, I couldn't even walk in public in the Philippines without getting in trouble. You know. All right. So it looks like we're not going to get very much more storms. Probably for another hour. Then we're going to get another round. But, I'm thinking now. Yeah, see? Yeah. All right. That's what I wondered. Henry, why are you trying to hide your name? Everybody knew you at HTN, and now you got a new name. If I did that, my wife would accuse me of going, man, what are you doing? You know? Got to wait a few days. Yeah, her vegetables are growing. I'll show you some. It's raining out, so I'm not going to take you for a walk in the yard. But those are her cucumbers over there. Those are Filipinos green beans, and those are cucumbers. And then we have a bunch of tomato plants somewhere back in there. I don't know. So yeah, she's got a bunch of tomato plants and zucchini plants. She doesn't even like tomatoes. And we got some other plants out there, which I don't know what those are. She got some plants over there, and I don't know what those are. I got some tubers. I bought some tulips. I planted them earlier out front, so yeah, things are growing. Here probably in a week or so, we're gonna put the net up around the cage out there. So, let me show you. See, that's a wire cage. And that thing there that looks like a dog's head or a dinosaur's head, that's a big net. And we're going to spread that over that here soon. Probably in a week or so. Once the plants start to kind of get up and go this way where they're starting to want to climb, we're going to put that net up there, and that'll give those vines something to grow on. So I do got some really cool marigolds growing here. Henry says, he changed everything on here, but I locked him out of his phone for payback until I can change everything back here. Good, nice. You got an order from Amazon on vegetable cages. Yeah, we bought those raised beds from Amazon. We did. I think they were $40 each. So 2 of them, $40 each. And why I bought them versus buying lumber and making them, because I don't want to live here. I don't want to live here for the rest of my life. I'm already depressed enough living here. So I didn't want to put a lot of money into my permanent infrastructure. So with these, what I can do is take them apart, clean out the bags, those black things, and fold them up and take them somewhere else. So that's what I did that for. So, I mean, we could have made raised breads out of 2x6, 2x12, 16 footers or whatever. So, Miss Bai doesn't believe you, but she's laughing at you, going, all right, Henry, I'm going to give you the benefit of this doubt this time. Since you're coming to the Philippines in October, and we're going to see eye to eye, face to face, I'm going to ask you those questions. Now, Henry, what did you say happened to your initials? Take care, everybody. God bless you. All right, Miss Bai, take care. Enjoy your day out there in the Philippines. I hope it goes well for you. I hope you have a good one today. So things are calming down here storm-wise. In about another hour, there's a bigger one coming in. So he has 11 days until I can change everything back. Okay. 11 more days to go. All right, well, we can live with you. We can deal with it. We can deal with it. So I don't have 11 days until anything. I need to, I really need to dethatch my yard. Young Mr. Henry says, okay, Miss Bai, you take good care of yourself. And you know I'll be talking with you later. I need to dethatch my yard. I should have did it this winter, but I didn't do it. So my yard's going to look like crap this year. So I got too much thatch in it. I don't know if it's too late in the year or not. But I really need to dethatch it. I may need to irrigate it too, but I don't know. We'll have to look into whether I can dethatch it this late in the spring or not. If not, I guess we can just live with it. So, if not. Well, all right, my friends, I think the storm cycle's over. So, I was hoping to show you gigantic hail and softballs and lightning and tornadoes and all kinds of good crap. But we haven't got any of it. I haven't got any of it. So just a little bit of rain. You guys see my sink and my little banner? Yeah. That's my dirty sink. So all right, friends, why don't we wind this down for now? And I'm going to go inside, get some dinner, relax a little bit, and wait for the next series. If it looks like we're going to get some bad weather again, maybe I'll come out and do another live. So we'll see. But so everybody, we appreciate you guys all for being here. More than you know, my views, Henry, Pat, young Miss Bai, all the wonderful people who are early on. Thank you all for the thumbs up. So let's sign off for now, and we will see you guys next time.